What's up everybody, Bulldozer here. Hey, I'm going to be working some more on my monster in a box today, and I want to show you some of the stuff that I've already done and some of the bits that I've used to do what I've done. Okay, if you look at the holes here, let me show you this one here. See, I have all these holes lined up here going all the way down through here, and on this side here there's two holes going into each one of these boards here on both sides. So this is nice and secure, not going nowhere, as opposed to the way I've got going this way. I'm getting rid of this using the 2x3s and going this route because it'll make the structure of this box a lot more secure, a lot more stronger. Okay, this bit here, see this tall skinny bit here? See if I can get you. Okay, I used this bit for a pilot hole. Okay, this was the last hole I drilled. Alright, I used this bit here first. Okay, it's a 1/4 inch. Instead of getting close to the camera, let me zoom in, probably better. And I went about halfway through this board here with that, because my screws are only 4 inches. Probably not even really halfway through, probably maybe only an inch or so into it, because I only want to come down here so you can see this. Let me get a screw. Okay, you got your drywall screw here. Okay, this is a 4-inch drywall screw, and see, if I lay that on top of this 4x4, you see how there's hardly no room for it to bite into anything. Okay, so what I wanted to do is, if you look here, let me zoom in here, you see how that's countersink? Well, what I do is I use this bit here to drill my hole down, say about an inch or so. Okay, then I take and I use this bit here, this tall skinny bit, and I drill a pilot hole all the way through. So when it goes through the whole 4x4, it makes it easier for the screw to get through. Then I use this bit here. It's a I'm not sure what the name of this bit is. I just basically call it a countersink bit. Flat bottom. It's made for flat bottom holes. That's what the package here says. It's I used a 1/2 inch. Oh, there it is. There's the name of the bit right there. Oh, snake, it would have bit me. 1/2 inch, 5/16 shank. Okay, and you see how small it is. Let me get it out of the package so you can see it. It is real tiny. It's nice and flat. And what I did was, when I countersink my holes, next I can use this one up here. I don't know if I can get that to go in there without being drilled. Yeah, almost. See as far as down I can get that go in there without having it on a drill. But I just stopped it right at the top of this shaft right here. So this one here actually could have went down a little further. But they're all exactly the same, because I put this on the drill press, so it made it a lot easier. Yeah, so see, they're all exactly the same. So that's what I did. Instead of having to take a measure how far down I wanted to go, I just used this bit as a measurement and stopped it right at the top of the blade, right where that black starts. That's where I stopped it at, and that's how I got my countersink. Now, one question I always want to ask you all: you see how I have all these holes here? Would you guys just, if this was you making this box, would you just leave these like they are, or would you fill those in with wood putty? And because eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these off. Once I build the whole box, gonna pull these out one screw at a time, and I'm going to glue these down. I'm either going to use liquid nails or Gorilla Glue and glue these down. So the screw will be holding it down. The Gorilla Glue will be holding it down. So these screws ain't going to come back out. They're in there permanently. So I was thinking about taking and using some wood filler and filling these holes in, and then just sanding it down, because I'm going to paint the inside of this black. That way it'll cover up some of the like, you know, this little spot right here and these holes right here from where the legs of the picnic table was put together. So and then how some of this here is dark. I know you're not going to be able to see it, but still I know it's there. So I'm still thinking about doing that, painting the inside of this black. So this was you making this box, being that you're going to take and, you know, pop these boards off one at a time, then either use liquid nails or Gorilla Glue and screw them back down. Once you do that all the way around, would you take and fill this in with a wood filler and then sand it down and paint it so it's nice and smooth. Okay, one thing I want to show you that you need to make sure that you do is that, you know how we all have our mistakes. One thing I forgot to do is make sure that this is flush. See how that's not flush? So I might actually have to take and cut a little bit of this off, because you come down here and look how that's flush right there. So this 4x4 is just a little too long. And that could just be because of the way these boards are. But what you want to do is, because this is the top, you want to make sure these are all flush, just like this one here is. See how that's flush with that? That way when that lid, you know, lid slams shut, yeah, it's gonna slam on top of that 4x4. So you see I've already removed these boards here. It's all clamped up. So what I want to do now is I want to take and put a board. Let me use this one here. It's got a little hangover. Actually, I probably don't need that board. What I want to do now is I'm going to put a board here. You see there's a little overhang there? See a little overhang? I'm going to slide that 4x4 up a little bit. Okay, see how it's still just a little bit there. So slide up just a little bit more. There you go. See how much better that looks now? So this 4x4 here I have to take back off and just take a small notch out of it. My guess is, I can tell right now that the problem was, zoom this out so you can't see it, sorry about that. That's the problem right there. You see that staple? This isn't a clean cut, and if you look at it you can see how it's not a clean cut. And so I don't have a nice smooth surface here, so that's the reason why that board's sticking out the way it's sticking out. So I'll just trim this here and off, and I won't have to worry about measuring it because I got the stapler to let me know which end I need to cut off. But I'll go ahead and get these here screwed down. Okay, went ahead and added all the screws here. I think it looks kind of wicked, man, with these 4x4s, all these screws sticking out. Just imagine if that was nails. Oh, man. Okay, now, again, I'm going to take my board here, and I'm going to hold my board here at the end to where I want it to be flush. And then I'm going to slide my 4x4 up to meet my board here. Okay? This way, I'm ensuring that this is going to be level up here. Alright? So now I will just take and start screwing down. Okay, I thought I'd get a little bit more done before I go switch into my shirt. You know, the sun's out, burning up a little bit, even with the new dew. I got these boards here at Home Depot for 51 cents a board. If you all do not know this, when you go to Home Depot, go back in the lumber section. In my Home Depot, it's where the radial arm saw is. It's all the way in the back, very back wall. If you see boards that has green paint on them, or there might be another color spray painted on them for a different price, green paint is 51 cents, folks. 51 cents. There is nothing wrong with this board, okay? Some are warped, some are not. Basically what this is, somebody gets a long board and they only need a certain portion of it. So this is a scrap. Instead of them throwing it away, they sell for 51 cents. So I don't need to go buy a long board when I only need a small piece. So I don't need to spend, you know, $2 or $3 for a board when I can just get one for 51 cents. So you save a lot of money. I'm using these boards. I'm going to cut these down for the floor of inside the monster in the box. Remember this wood here that I was using for the support? This is actually going to be inside the monster in a box again, but the wood I just showed you, it's going to get screwed on top of here. So this here is going to go in between the 4x4s with that wood there screwed on top of this, so it gives it a floor base, whatever you want to call it, inside the monster in a box. So then I might even put, if I have any left over, I might have some either brown board, backer board they might call it, or some underlayment here at the house for projects we've done here, repairs we've done here in the house. I might even throw a piece of that in there and put some glue down to hold it down, some Gorilla Glue or something, if I have some laying around. But I'm going to go ahead and get these cut. What I did was I went around each corner of the box and I marked these off, and I put a number on them. See if you can see that right there. You see that 1? And I wrote a 1 inside the box. So just in case the the measurements are off a little bit, I know exactly where this board goes. So I have to go, okay, it goes here, it goes here, it goes here. I know exactly where this board goes. It saves me a little bit of time. Let's get some cutting going. Remember, anytime you're using power tools, table saws, anything, always have eye protection on. You notice I pulled my sleeves up on my sweatshirt. Never have loose clothing, because you're pushing stuff through here. You're pushing stuff through here, and it's easy to get something caught. Use a guide. Don't know. Well, I got this here that I'll be using to guide the wood through. But never take your hands and put it on the saw with your wood. It's a no-no. You might slip or something. This here is not forgiving at all. So I'm using my square, so I can press down on this side and just push it right through. I can put it on an angle and guide it through. I do not need to have my hands anywhere near this saw. Okay, so now I have all the wood cut I need for put inside the box. I will go ahead and get the wood all screwed down, and then I will come back, and if I have enough time, because I have a dentist appointment today, I will start working on the wood for inside of the monster in a box. Okay, as you can see, I still haven't gone in to change clothes. You know, as you get started doing stuff, you just don't want to quit. That's how it was with this. Got the floor of the box and everything laid in. Here that is. Let's take a look at that. See how I put the floor in there. We got boards on all four corners, and I have one going down the middle, toe-nailed in, top and the bottom. And I'll let you see the inside here. Step back so you can see it. So there's the inside of the box. So yeah, as you can see, it's really starting to come together. Made really nice cuts. Gaps ain't too big around the sides. So, and it's, you know, it's nice and strong. Oh, that was my wife, and she doesn't have pneumonia, so that's good news. So, not for sure if she's got a virus. They said it's not pneumonia and it's not contagious. If that leads you to wonder, I don't know. It's hard to figure out doctors nowadays. But yeah, so this is where I'm at right now. So really, next thing to do is to make the lid and figure out where I'm going to mount the windshield wiper motor I got for this, and go from there. So nice quick vlog on just the prop that I'm working on. This is the bulldozer. So we got a nice quick prop there. So actually, you know what, I just noticed something. I don't know how this happened, but I have to go back and fix this, which won't be a problem. Look at this here. I don't know how that happened. I guess I didn't have my clamps down tight enough, but that's not a problem to fix. All it's just taking these screws here out and pushing this down some, so that won't be a problem. Yeah, just noticed that. No biggie. You know how we always have stuff that comes up. So, but again, that is another part of my monster in a box. Don't forget to check out my shirts. They're for sale. Small through large is $14. Small through XL. 2XL to 6XL is $16. If you're going to Midwest Harness Convention or you live around the St. William Church, they are cheaper. They're $10 for small to 2XL or small to XL, and only $12 for 2XL to 6XL. Sorry for the mumbling. I'm burning up this sweatshirt on because I know it's got to be in the 60s now, and I just kept going and going and going. I'm a big boy wearing a sweatshirt in the sun with no clouds. Yeah, I'm sweating, burning off some of that extra weight, I hope. This is the bulldozer. Get your scare on, and I'm out of here.